Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about Kanban and Trello and how I use those things to maximize my productivity and keep track on all the projects I'm working on. Last week I posted a video about what Kanban is and what are the rules that you need to follow. I explained things like WIP, swim lanes and much more. I also showed you a lot of different screenshots of a variety of Kanban boards so that if you are just starting you can get some inspiration. So if you have not watched that video, make sure that you do so. It's going to be linked up here somewhere and down below. Today I'm going to show you how I use a version of Kanban inside of Trello for both my YouTube channel and my full-time day job. So Trello is a web-based Kanban style application that helps you organize your work, your project, and is excellent for working with a team. Having said that, I have used Trello with other people, but mainly for myself for organizing my own work. I've created one video where I talk about how I use it for my time blocking. If you're interested, check it out. But today I'm going to show you how I use it for my work as well as for my YouTube channel. So Trello is free. There is a paid version if you are interested. I have never purchased that and don't really find I am missing out. Although there are some nice features that I would like to have, but as I said, I've been using Trello for years and years now, and it's fully functioning also without paying. So you can use it online, so in a browser you can download an app. I have my Trello app here. You can also have it on your phone if you want to. I'm primarily using it on the desktop. When you log into your Trello, you see this homepage with recently viewed boards, then your personal boards that you have created, then you have your own workspaces. So I have two workspaces. I have Live Wikipedia, which basically is just everything that I have in Trello, and then other things that I don't view so often. There are templates if you're interested. I have to say I've tried using some of the templates, but I found it more beneficial to just look at them, get an idea of what other people are doing, and then creating my own boards. As I mentioned, I have two workspaces, so Live Wikipedia. If I go there, I can check all the boards that I have there, and I have boards for career, CrossFit, finances, learning, planning, my work, my YouTube, and then YouTube ideas. So what I do is I'm going to start with the YouTube channel. So here in YouTube ideas, I collect ideas. So when I'm on my phone and I see something interesting, an article that inspires me, something I want to research later, or just simply have an idea of what I want to talk about, I create a card in my phone and I send it directly to the YouTube ideas. If I show you here, so it would land here in the resources, and then I sort it out into different lists of ideas I have here, and then I work through them and either decide that I will not pursue them or I decide I will pursue them, and then I go to the YouTube channel progress, and when I'm ready to script, I will include it here. I have to admit that I haven't been using this board currently very often, simply because I created it about a year ago when I was not yet working. I was at home with my daughter, and my YouTube channel was the only thing outside of taking care of my daughter that I had. So I was able to publish 2 videos a week and I had much more going on. So I had to keep track of what I'm doing. Right now, I have a full-time job, so I can't really post that much. I'm trying to post at least once a week, and at one time, I'm only working on one single video, so I'm not really using this board at the moment. But if, for example, because of holidays coming up or something, I need to work on multiple videos, I always come back to this board. And I had, ready to script, ready to film, ready to edit, editing, ready to export, create thumbnail, ready to upload, ready to schedule, ready to promote, done, and then other YouTube tasks. I would just take one card, so I would create a card, I would write the type of video I wanted to make, I could add description, I could, take an activity, I could take a due date, checklist, I could label it, add some other people if I want to, etc., etc. But for this, I would just type the name on the card, and then I would move it through as I was working with the video. If I go to the one that I'm using very, very heavily, that's the Research Systems Coordinator, which is my workplace or work board. And I've already mentioned in one of my previous videos, I showed you a little bit how I'm using it, but now I implemented even more Kanban style things into this. We'll see that it actually changed a little bit. There is additional column. There is a column for 2021 which just has different cards, basically reminders of what I need to work on throughout the year. So it has, for example, school presentations. So I go to different schools in our university and I give presentations there. There are a lot of different schools that we have, but I have it here only as basically a reminder. I don't really do anything with those cards that are here under 2021. Then I have Backburner. This is where all my tasks from email are being sent to. So in my email, when I get an email that needs some kind of action, I immediately send it to Trello, to the, it's one email address. I send it here and it lands up here on the back burner, and then I sort it out either into doing this week, which will go into this 5th column, or I keep it in the back burner if it's something that needs to be done later than this week. As I am sorting out through the tasks, I also give them labels, which is something that I implemented only recently. I have red for high priority, orange for mid priority, and then low priority is yellow. And I also mark them whether the task will take under 15 minutes, it will be green, or if it's time demanding, which is then purple. And the time demanding is basically something that will take me more than 2 hours. If there's nothing, then it's something in between. I also have here these lines, these separators. I've talked about Kanban and about how you can use swim lanes in my last video. So Trello itself does not really have the swim lanes. You cannot use them for free. There are actually several extensions for Chrome that you can use, and I found that this one is most useful. So it's basically a card that has this horizontal line, and then I just put all my high priority on top, then mid priority and low priority, and then without a priority. Once I decide that something needs to be tackled this week, I move the cards into this week, which is this 5th column. On top of it is my weekly plan, where at the beginning of the week I write down what I would like to do on each days of the week, so that when the day starts I know exactly what I want to work on and I don't have to think about it. Of course, this changes and I need to adapt, but this gives me a very high level overview of what I can do and gives me an idea of what I will be able to achieve this week. After that, I have the line here, and here, if there would be something high priority, it would be in between those two lines. Then I have something mid priority and low priorities. And then I have a column which is called today, which is something that I'm working on today, and it's also separated by those lines. I try to start with the high priority, then go to the mid priority, and then to low priority, and the same with the week. So today is Thursday when I'm filming this, and you can see that I don't have any high priority items anymore because I've already dealt with them at the beginning of this week. The only exception I do is that if a task takes under 15 minutes, I might do it before, simply because it's a quick win. You can notice that I'm not really using the WIP, which is a rule, and I talked about it last week in much more detail, but basically it gives you a maximum of tasks or cards that you can have in one column. I don't have that because sometimes I work on one thing, but sometimes I have a lot of small tasks because I'm really using this to capture all my tasks. So I might have even 20 or 30 things that are scheduled for this week, and then I might have 10 things for today, and I might be able to manage them. And on other days I might be happy if I go through one thing. So I don't have that, but I'm using another tool which is time blocking, and I have multiple videos about this. It's not only making sure that I'm not taking more than I can manage, but that I'm actually spending time on what is important. So when I'm scheduling my day, I put the tasks that I want to use into this today board, but then I create my time block schedule where I write down exactly when I am going to do what, starting with the high priority, going through then to the mid priority, and then to the low priority. And then I have this column done, which at the beginning actually just was archiving. You can just quickly archive all cards in this list quite regularly because I liked it when it was clean, but now I use it for our meetings. So we have a team meetings once a week, and it's really easy to just clear it after each meeting, and then just before the next meeting I can review it and quickly see what I have done so I can report it back to my team. I also have two columns here, which is waiting and figure out. The waiting is something, so you can see that there are 3 things now that are high priority that are in the waiting column. This is So this is something I've been working on, but now I'm waiting for other people that need to take action in order for me to continue with this. So I put it into the waiting column, so it's not cluttered in my today column because there is nothing I can do. I also have a figure out, which is something that I need to, research more, I need to read through, etc. And I check those two columns before our team meetings as well, so that if there is some kind of bottleneck, if I am waiting on something for already too long time, I can report to the team directly. Or I also review this once a week to kind of make sure that if I'm waiting for someone, I can send them a quick email. And this is how it all works for me. If you would like to create a new board, you can go to Home, Create a New Board. You can just type a title. I'll put it onto others. You can, put here a nice picture, whichever you like, or you can then even check some more. You create a board. You can start with template if you would like to, or you can just start. So you would just type first the lists. So you can have back burner. You can input to do, in progress, and done. That's a perfect Kanban style. And now you can start adding things that you would like to add. So you can have some kind of card that is a test, something that you would like to do. You can add more description. You can add a checklist here. And then you can have items. So it will be item 1, item 2, etc. And then you can check it once you're done with it. You can add a cover to it so that it's all nice and beautiful. You can add members, you can add labels, you can name the labels, so it can be low priority, and then you add it to it. There's a lot of things that you can do. There's also different rules that you can add. There are different power-ups. With the free subscription, you get only one, but you can subscribe if you're interested, and then you have a lot of different power-ups, and you can make it even more powerful than it is right now. And then on the card, you can see the cover that you have here. You can see the priority or the label that you have attached to it, the name, and then how many tasks have been done. If there would be a member assigned to it, you would also see the name of the person that is assigned to it. And then once you're working with it, you just move the card from one place to another. Simple as that. Thank you for watching. I hope that you found this video useful. If you did, make sure that you like it and you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on similar videos. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.